Hey, welcome back. It's been a while. I've been very busy, and so just happy to get back to making a video here. What is it today? I guess other sounds. I don't know. Anyways, congratulations to everybody that's been getting their Moog One. I know a lot of our friends in Europe are just starting to receive theirs now. It's late March, so congratulations to you. Glad they're finally making their way over to you, and look forward to seeing what you guys do with them. I've been happy to hear the reports on Facebook and our groups, our Moog groups, that they're finally reaching across the world there. All right, let me just start with a few things here. So, of course, Moog is, when you think of Moog, you just think of warm and fat and big. And certainly all the Moogs that I've played have been like that, and this does that well. The oscillators are really fat and lower mids. And so that's no problem, and have been creating a lot of patches with that kind of warm vintage nature. Where do you go? Where else can you explore? And there's so many places to explore with this. So I first just set out saying, well, can I do some colder sounds, or what can I do with FM, this frequency modulation? And so I'm just going to play a handful of presets for you that I've been working on. They're mid-process, but kind of some ideas that I've had about what you can do. And so this first one just is real quick, like trying to take it more of a digital nature, like can this do a little bit colder of a sound? And sometimes I had been working on this patch as a cello sound, and it was a lot closer sounding to a cello. It doesn't sound like that anymore. But then sometimes something gets a hold of you, and you're like, well, what if I do this? And so this was trying to add frequency modulation to the oscillators, and just ended up something with big and fat and kind of texture-y. And furthermore, in bass, thinking about one of the classic FM sounds. Of course, Sista is linear, and DX7 to do exponential, as I recall. Just as an exercise to get some of those classic sounds. That kind of 80s bass sound. I think it does a great sound though. All right. Just a little detour here. There was a guy that was watching on YouTube with this crazy Euro rack set up in this little room. And he had a Euro rack and then some other cool things like one of the new Prophet X, and also like one of the old style Moog modulars. I think it was synthesizer.com or something. But he's making these songs by these animations, and so I thought, well, this has the possibility to do some of that stuff. And so I just created this patch here. It's using a percussion layer driven by an arpeggiator. There's no sequencers being used. A rhythm layer that's playing chords through the arpeggiator, and then also allows you to add a little bit of lead on with the right hand over here. So just a little bit of fun there with that. Let me go back to the patch that I opened the video with and take the frequency modulation out of it, and you'll hear just a kind of a standard polysynth type sound. Then I'll add it in to varying degrees until I get to full. It's subtle, but you know, the difference between just the dry sound and then the sound that's been with the oscillators have been frequency modulated. There's a certain grit and texture to it. I think on a pad like this, it can create for some, it can lend itself to some very atmospheric or cinematic tones. So let me start with it down. So that's just the dry with a little bit of modulated delay. Almost gets to sounding like there's some other notes in there that are not being played. It has a lovely way of just being that atmosphere. It's not too direct and center in your face. It'd be the base for something else to be layered over it. And I really like that. This is a variation on that, which uses some different envelopes and unison. And you can play it chords with it, but I often like to just play just single notes or octaves. And it has sort of a, call it like an electric didgeridoo kind of sound to it. So, all right, that noise that you're hearing is the problem that I've been having. That's not the patch, that kind of weird ring modulated or a bit crush sound. It usually goes between 5 and 20 seconds, so I'm hoping that Moog can help me out with that. Okay, there, it's cleared up again, but that's what I was talking about. It's just great for that beautiful drone. Again, there's just the FM for those textures. You can use it also, there's a different way to use it on this patch. Let me just play it for you real quick here. So you're hearing like just an oscillator with a triangle waveform, and just by itself, it's got a nice tone, but there's not really much of interest to it. So using, again, another triangle oscillator blended with it, and then using an LFO at really high rate, and then using that to modulate the pitch of this second oscillator here. You can get some interesting tones. I'll start it with how the patch sounds, drop to the 0 where you hear just the triangle waves, and then all the way up, and let's see, here we go. So listen to what it does with the harmonics. All the way up now. Now as I lower it, you'll hear it go through different harmonics, and then you'll find that the modulation settles into a place that sounds a little bit more bell-like. And just wherever you want to stop within there, there are some interesting places to go. And let's see here. Just a few more. And there we have the problem again. Let's wait it out. I'm tired of remaking this video, so... Alright. So again, using some more FM. I think that's both in the oscillator and also in the filter for texture. This one's just tuned to make a little bit clearer bass sound on it. Alright, we're going to stop it there. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you real soon, hopefully with a fixed synthesizer too. Anyways, take care, you guys.